You feel abandoned. You ask yourself again and again, why me? Why did this happen to me? Your heart aches and it feels like life has been unfair. But pause and think. When Allah protects you, it does not always look soft or easy. Sometimes His protection feels like loss. He removes what you thought you needed, but in reality, it was something that would harm you in the long run. Imagine a child reaching for a sharp knife. The parent quickly snatches it away. The child cries, not understanding why, but the parent knows that knife would have caused pain. In the same way, Allah takes something from you because He knows what is hidden ahead, something you cannot see. Think of a gardener holding sharp scissors. The plant does not understand why its branches are being cut. It feels like damage, but the gardener is wise. The pruning makes the plant healthier, stronger, and able to bloom more beautifully than before. That is how Allah deals with you. What you call heartbreak, He calls pruning. What you call rejection, He calls protection. You were not punished. Do not let Shaitan whisper that this is Allah's anger. No, it is Allah's mercy. Sometimes you begged for that relationship to work. You cried in your dua, asking Allah to keep it. And when it ended, you thought your prayer was ignored. But maybe your prayer was answered in a better way. You asked for happiness, and Allah gave you happiness by removing the very thing that would have stolen it later. You see only a piece of the puzzle, but Allah sees the whole picture. You see the present moment, but Allah sees the years ahead. He knows that if you had stayed, your light would have dimmed, your spirit would have weakened, and your heart would have been tied to something that was not good for you. So He closed the door, not to hurt you, but to save you. So the next time you ask, why me? Remember, this is not punishment. This is protection. This is your Lord saving you even when you cannot see it yet. One day you will look back and say, Alhamdulillah for what I lost, because it gave me back myself and it gave me back my peace with Allah. After the split, the silence can feel unbearable. The noise you were used to, the constant messages, the daily calls, the presence of another voice is suddenly gone. And in its place comes a silence that feels like it's shouting at you. You might sit alone in your room and wonder why it feels so heavy. But silence, though uncomfortable at first, is not there to destroy you. Silence comes as a teacher. It is in that quiet that you begin to hear things you could not hear before. You hear the sound of your own heart, the rhythm of your breath, and most importantly, the whispers of your soul calling you back to its creator. When the world goes quiet, the heart finally speaks. And if you listen carefully, you realize how much you were drowning it out. In this silence, you can sit in sujood without rushing, without distraction, and let your forehead rest on the ground as long as your soul needs. You can open the Quran not as a duty to check off, but as food for your starving heart reading each verse as if it was revealed directly to you. You can feel the peace of talking to Allah in dua and the comfort of knowing He listens even when no one else is there. Silence also teaches you to notice yourself again, to live without needing someone else's replies, to see that your worth does not come from being seen by another human, but by being known by Allah. Silence turns loneliness into solitude. Loneliness makes you feel empty, but solitude fills you with presence, the presence of Allah, the presence of your true self, the presence of peace. This silence is not wasted time, it is a private workshop where Allah is carefully rebuilding you. No one else sees it, but inside that quiet, He is healing your wounds, polishing your heart, and giving you strength you never knew you had. So do not run from the silence. Step into it, embrace it, because one day you will realize that this very silence, the one that felt unbearable, was actually the place where Allah trained you, shaped you, and prepared you for what is greater. It was not an empty pause, it was the ground where your upgrade began. Sometimes a relationship becomes a mirror, and you begin to see yourself only in the reflection of another person. Their words, their attention, their approval, it starts to define who you think you are. Without realizing it, you slowly hand over pieces of yourself. A little bit of your prayer time, a little bit of your peace, a little bit of your identity. Each day, you adjust yourself just to keep them close, even if it means moving further from the person Allah created you to be. You start checking your phone more than your heart. A single reply can lift you, and a single silence can crush you. Your value begins to rise and fall based on their reactions. You forget the sweetness of standing in prayer at night, but you remember the sweetness of a late night message. You forget the calm of dhikr on your tongue, but you chase the rush of seeing your screen light up. This is how slowly, without even noticing, you lose yourself. Not in one day, not in one decision, but step by step, piece by piece. And then the breakup comes. At first it feels like you are shattered, but look closer. Allah was not breaking you, He was returning you. The pieces you gave away, He gathered them back for you. Now you have a chance to meet yourself again, to remember the original you, the one who laughed without needing someone else's approval, the one who prayed without rushing, the one who found joy in simple things before likes and messages decided your mood, the one who was whole before anyone praised or ignored you. So instead of asking, wow, why did they leave me? Ask, what did Allah return to me? Because maybe the real gift was not them staying, but you finally coming back to yourself and to Him. Sometimes what feels like forever is only a chapter, a story that seemed permanent but was never written to be your home. Not every beautiful thing is meant to stay. A smile, a promise, a shared plan for the future. They feel solid, but in reality, they can be temporary. Like a costume worn on stage, they look convincing under the lights. But when the play ends, the costume comes off. And when that happens, it stings. The silence after the performance feels empty. You stand there holding memories that felt eternal, but were only borrowed moments. You want to cling to the costume, to the stage, to the applause, because it felt safe, it felt real. But Allah is showing you that was not your home. That was just a scene to prepare you for the real one. Think about it. If you keep living inside someone else's script, you will never discover your own. If you keep rehearsing lines that don't belong to you, you'll miss the role Allah actually wrote for your life. The stage had to clear so that your true set, your true home, your true path could finally appear. So let go of the costume, let go of the applause. Build a life that fits your soul, not someone else's audience. Because what is real will never be taken off. What is written for you will never be temporary. And the home Allah prepares for you will not just look beautiful on stage, it will be beautiful in truth and forever. You keep asking yourself, what if? What if I had stayed? What if I had changed? What if they came back? These questions circle in your head like a storm, but they never lead you anywhere. They only trap you in regret, making you feel stuck in a past that is no longer yours. Regret is like carrying a heavy bag of stones. You keep holding on, but it only slows you down and keeps you from moving forward. Redirection, on the other hand, is freedom. When Allah closes a door, it's not to punish you, it's to protect you. He removes something because He knows it will not serve you in the long run. You may cry over what slipped away, but Allah is guiding you toward what will actually give your heart peace. Sometimes we confuse loss with failure, but in truth it is simply redirection. Think about it. You didn't lose time. Every step, even the painful ones, shaped you. Every delay, every heartbreak, every unanswered prayer, it all served as a compass, pushing you closer to who you are meant to be. This break in your path is not the end of your story. It's a course correction. It's Allah steering you toward the right people, the right place, and the right version of yourself. So instead of drowning in what ifs, say Alhamdulillah for what was, and trust Allah for what's coming. The moment you release regret, you make space for growth. And when you choose redirection, you are no longer stuck in the past, you are walking toward the future Allah has written for you, a future far better than what you left behind. To grow, sometimes you don't need to add more, you need to let go. Just like a tree that loses branches in a storm, you may lose people, habits, or even parts of yourself that were holding you back. When a storm shakes a tree, the weak branches fall, but the roots dig deeper into the soil. That's how the tree becomes stronger. In the same way, when life takes someone away or forces you to drop something, it might feel painful, but it's actually creating space for your soul to grow deeper and stronger. The person who left your life was occupying a place that could have been filled with your closeness to Allah, with your time for your family, or with your focus on your future. Now that space is empty and it's a gift. Don't let it stay empty. Don't waste it by filling it with regret or endless memories. Use it. Pour into it your prayers, your Quran, your knowledge, and your acts of kindness. Think of it like clearing weeds from a garden. At first the garden looks bare, but only then can fresh flowers bloom. Your heart is the same. When Allah removes something or someone, He is preparing your heart to be filled with something better, something purer. This is how true growth begins, through subtraction, through letting go, through trusting that what is gone was never meant to stay, and what is coming will help you rise. You see, many times after heartbreak, the mind keeps running in circles. You keep checking your phone, waiting for their message, waiting for some sign that they still care. You think if only they come back, I will finally feel complete again. But the truth is, no person was ever meant to complete you. Only Allah can give you that wholeness. When you tie your worth to someone else's attention, you hand over your peace to them, and that is why their silence feels like a wound. But when your heart begins to rest in Allah, everything changes. You stop chasing after explanations. You stop begging for closure. You stop needing their validation. You realize that real victory is not in having them say yes again, but in being able to say to yourself, I am at peace because Allah is with me. That is a victory that no one can take away from you. Think about it. People can leave, people can disappoint, people can change their minds overnight, but Allah never leaves. Allah never forgets you. And when your soul learns to rest in Him, then even the pain of the breakup becomes a blessing, because it pushed you closer to the only one who can truly heal you. That calm you feel, that stillness in your chest is the real upgrade. It is Allah showing you that the storm was not the end, and it was the path to your peace. Would you